I started a lifelong obsession with sneak eating, with having extra meals when there was no one else around. I would go to fast food more than 3 times a day. I developed a strong food addiction. I found myself 540 pounds at my heaviest ever. I was killing myself with a knife and a fork, and I realized I had to put them down. And over the past 3 years, I have now come down to my lowest adult weight ever. My friend Andrew, he's going to be coming today. Andrew is actually someone who I knew when I was 540 pounds, but we haven't seen each other face to face in over 2 years, so I think this is going to be pretty awesome. What up?
Oh my God.
I was over 200 pounds at 10 years old, and that was the first time that my family got me on a diet. I lost a lot of weight, I hit the goals they set for me, but then the weight came back. I started a lifelong obsession with sneak eating, with having extra meals when there was no one else around. I developed a strong food addiction. You never thought about the consequences. You never thought about what was going to come the next day. I think as most addicts learn, there's never enough and you're always chasing more. Through a series of really not great choices in my life, I found myself 540 pounds at my heaviest ever. I weighed more than 1/4 of a ton. Someone dared me to eat the cake without my hands. And so I'm covered in frosting in this picture. It's a bit ridiculous. I'm smiling, and it's so emblematic of what my life was like then. I was being cheered on, and it was almost like my life was a sideshow. At that time, I went on a weight loss journey, another massive attempt. I got down to 210 pounds in May of 2013. And thought I had finished, thought I had really kind of hit that finish line that you need to get to and that things were going to be great, and realized very quickly that that was not where I had gotten to. I made the scale move, but I had done no work on my head, and within 6 months I was up over 400 pounds again. I was 480 pounds by October of 2013. I had decided, honestly, that I didn't care what happened to my life. I had decided that if I died, I died. At least I would die, quote unquote, happy. You know, I would die being able to eat the way I wanted to eat. And I had actually written a letter to my family that I kept by my bed because I was convinced that I wasn't going to wake up. I was convinced that there would be a day that I just didn't wake up. My family went through some tumultuous things. One of my nephews had children that he was not going to be able to care for, and my parents were taking custody of those children. So this was a really big change, you know, that was happening. Twins, young twins. And my father one night, sitting with him out in the dark in his backyard, said, "I'm going to need your help because I know I'm not going to live long enough to see them graduate from college." And that moment wasn't about him putting pressure on me. That moment was not about him commenting on my weight or anything that I was doing. That moment was for him expressing the fears that he had about this thing they were undertaking, this massive change they were taking. And I went home that night and I was shook, honestly, I was shook. What I realized was my life wasn't just my life. You know, we have honor and duty to our families and to our communities that is really important. And so I realized that if I didn't change what I was doing, I wouldn't be around for those girls to hit their 5th birthday, never mind graduate from college. I was gonna die before my parents. And I realized, and this is gonna sound simple and silly, but I realized that I wanted to live. And in the high 400s, I started another weight loss journey, and that's led me to where I am today. Currently, I'm in the 210, 215 pound range, up a little bit from the lowest weight that I hit. I'm okay with that. I like how my body moves and how it feels and what I can do. So right now, my workouts, I go to the gym 5 to 6 days a week. For me, there's nothing like, you know, getting in a good lifting session. Feeling my body get stronger is really important. I was killing myself with a knife and a fork, and I realized I had to put them down. So I made changes. I decided to find a way of eating that would allow me to do something for the rest of my life. I think about when I would make steak before, and it would be about dusting it in flour and adding maybe a batter, like doing more like a chicken fried steak. Any way I could kind of amp that food up. Of course, there would be a pot of potatoes going already, and mashed potatoes with a ton of butter and cream in them, and you know, something ready for dessert. And my vegetable intake before was very different than it is now. So I had heard what I call the K word thrown around a lot. Eating more of a whole foods, higher fat, moderate protein, very low carbohydrate eating style, you know, the keto way. Ketogenic style of eating gave me freedom from the massive obsession I had with food. It really allowed me to allow the physical cravings to subside so I could do the hard work on the mental side. 3 years later, it's turned out fantastic for me. Everyone wants to know about loose skin. And yes, I have a fair amount of loose skin. When I was at my heaviest, I had an 84-inch waist. Right now, my waist is 36 inches. That skin is gonna reflex a little bit, but it's never gonna go back. It's one of those things to me where I view it as a badge of honor of the damage I did to my body and the way I've worked really hard to repair it. My friend Andrew, he's gonna be coming today. Andrew is actually someone who I knew when I was 540 pounds. And we were, for lack of a better term, we were eating buddies. So his support has really meant a lot to me over the years. We're connected online, we talk on the phone, but we haven't seen each other face to face in over 2 years. So I think this is gonna be pretty awesome. What up?
Wow.
Come here.
Oh my God, man. You disappeared.
A little bit, just a little bit.
Mike's transformation is absolutely insane. He took up space, so I mean, he was a big guy. So to see him just get into great shape is it's awesome. And he helped me lose weight, so he inspired me, and I'm sure he's inspired many other people who really struggle with obesity or eating problems. You're gonna stay like this now, right?
Yes, yes, yes. I like to say I'm an expert at losing weight, and I'm an expert at gaining weight. I am feeling blessed that I was able to find what worked best for me. And my approach to my weight loss and how I eat has evolved over the years. It changes, it becomes more focused, it becomes less focused. But the idea is that I'm not quitting, and I'm staying committed to keeping myself alive and healthy.